Give me 1 second. Give people a little bit to raise their hands. Tomer, you can go ahead and get us started.
Can you guys hear me? I apologize for the noise. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Luke, first of all, congrats on the win, on the big performance today. You played a little bit in game 6, showed some what you could do out there. I just want to talk about staying ready, especially tonight when you came out, showed off a little playoff Luke Kennard out there making some threes. How do you stay ready like that, especially for a big game 7 like this?
It's just what we've been talking about all series, just playing hard and just staying ready. I mean, we got guys that have made big plays all series for us. It's been like that all year. Just next man up, whoever gets called, you got to be ready to go. So for me, they just let me know to stay ready. And my mindset was just coming in and playing hard and, doing whatever it takes to help us win. Because that's what it's all about. Doesn't matter how many points you score, anything. It's just what can you do to help us win. So that was my mindset. That was everybody's mindset tonight. And it was a big win for us.
Thanks. Go over to Cam.
Hey, Luka. Excuse me. Hey, Luke. Talk to me about after you miss the first 3-pointer, like to get back into the game. What that thought process is, and then how good does it feel to kind of actually contribute to this big game 7?
I'm sorry. What was the first part?
Like after you missed that first jumper, went off. Shot that looked like it was shot long. And then talk about how it kind of feels to actually contribute to this big game 7 for the squad.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to make every shot, but it's just staying ready to shoot. I mean, the way that they were playing, Kawhi, PG, that's why they put me out there, was just to space the floor a little bit and just be ready to shoot the ball. It's what I do, and I had some good opportunities in game 6. Just kind of rimmed out. So it gave me a little momentum coming into tonight and just staying ready and. Keeping it locked and loaded. So, they trust in me. We trust in each other. So, whoever has an open shot, we just want to get a good shot. And, that's just what we do.
Congratulations on a big win.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll take 2 more. We'll go to Claudia.
Look, congratulations. The team had to play the best defense of the season in the final quarter. How locked in were you guys on defense?
Very locked in. Towards the beginning of the series, we knew we just needed to play harder. Play how we've been playing all year as a defensive team. There's always room for improvement. We know that. So we got better this series. As the series went on, we got better in doing what we do as a team. We play hard. We communicate. Our communication just went up another level the last few games. So credit to the coaches for making great adjustments, and credit to the guys for locking in and just trusting the game plan and what we've been doing all year. So, credit to everybody for just, staying locked in and playing hard and communicating all night.
Thanks. Go to Pavey next.
What's up, Luke? You just spoke about, saying that you guys got better throughout the course of this series. So, I guess, what do you think it was good for you all to face some adversity early on? And how do you think that will bode as you guys continue through the playoffs, having these experiences?
Yeah, that's what happens. Big time games like that, big time series, teams go on runs. You're going to hit adversity, and we've hit adversity throughout the year. So our guys have stayed locked in. We stay together. We trust each other, and that's what it came down to tonight. Just playing hard and just trusting what we've been doing all year. And guys making big plays.
You want to hear that. You want to hear about Kawhi and Luke being special. They played the whole playoffs, came in and cashed in.
Nah, man. But we just played hard. We played together and trusted what we've been doing all year, like I mentioned. And this is a big time win. Bringing it back home, winning, protecting home floor. That's what tonight was about. Today was about. So. Felt good. It was good. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Luke. Take care.
Yep.
I want to talk about Kawhi and Luke.
Talk about Reggie Jackson.
Good job, man. I want to talk about my man Kawhi and Luke. That's what I want to talk about.
Reggie, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Got a game 7 win. We still chasing what we chasing. My man,
right,
Luke.
We'll get started with Law. We'll get started with Law. You can go, Law.
Reggie, I saw in the third quarter, you took a hard fall, had to shake it off, and I saw Rajon was kind of clapping, telling you, stay in it, stay in it. What was going through your mind during that period, and how did you come in and close this game the way you did?
Honestly, I thought I had got fouled on, I think, the Bobby block, so I'm a little frustrated coming back to the bench. I've loved having Rondo here since he's gotten here. He's definitely always in my corner. He's on me. He's making sure I stay as locked in as possible. I like to try to pride myself on being able to move to the next play, but times that I'm not able to, he really just kind of holds me accountable. He, like I said, he harps on me. He's like a big brother. Now he's been great from that stance for me, and just learning from him. Us learning from him, us seeing his dedication and what he brings to the team. That's amazing. And just fortunate enough that we all stayed locked in and find a way to get a win.
Thanks. Go over Kahari.
Hey, what's going on, Reggie? You all had 7 players that scored in double figures. Can you just elaborate on the way that everyone was able to step up tonight?
I think it all started with Big Dog, with Kawhi. Kawhi, he came in with a mentality that he was going to take this game today. He was going to come in and lead. He wasn't going to be shy about his play at all. And he really got it going early. And then once he got it going early, guys have to load up. The defenses have to change the coverages. And everybody just stayed prepared. We were, I think, the best three-point shooting team in the league. We haven't necessarily shot it particularly well in this series. We think we have a lot of looks that have been in and out. But we were fortunate enough to get them to go in on our home court today. But I think Kawhi did a great job of getting it going for himself early, and then welcoming the double, triple teams, moving the ball and allowing the rest of us to eat on the backside. So, hats off to him, hats off to everybody for being ready, especially my man from Duke, Luke, cool man, playing special. It's been great being my second playoffs with him, being in the playoff in Detroit now, seeing him just mature and being ready for the moment. Him and Terrence were special for us. I mean, you can countless name guys. I was fortunate enough to see Marcus make shots today, Batum, especially what we asked him to do defensively. But T-Man and Luke, for their minutes to fluctuate the way they have throughout the season, not necessarily always playing in this series, and to come in and play big minutes, not being afraid of the moment in Game 7. Hats off to them. It was special. And, there's just as much part of this win as anybody. So thankful for them. Thankful for what we were able to accomplish. We played a great team in Dallas, and just fortunate enough to get the win today.
Thanks, Reggie. That's all the time we got with you.
All right, John, have a good one.
Take care. We'll have Nicholas Batum up next. If you have a question for Nick, please raise your hand. Hey, Nico, how are you, sir?
I played 42 minutes. Yeah.
Nico, how you doing, sir?
Just before we start, I just want to say something about Rick, who just passed away. No, I've spent 5 years in Charlotte, and he's the best. No, just want something about him that I'm gonna miss him. I mean, I talked to him 3 weeks ago when we went back to Charlotte. So I had great combos, and always he made a great story about me and my dad last year. So I have nothing but respect. I'm gonna miss him a lot. Something I love the guy. So Rick, rest in peace, my man. Love you.
Thank you for that, Nico. We'll start with Farbod.
Hey, Nick, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Just the one big question I want to ask is, you guys are only the 5th team in NBA history to come back from being down 2-0, on the home court in the playoffs. After everything's done right now, how does it feel? How do you guys feel right now?
Feel great now. When we were less than 2 weeks ago, down 0-2, down 20 on Game 3 on their own floor, couldn't imagine being in that position a couple of days after that. So that's great. That showed who we are. That's exactly what Tidu said after Game 2. Now next couple of games, gonna show who we are. I think we showed that. We have some toughness. Guy who came in and stepped up big. Tonight, Luke Kennard and T-Man did a great job. Luke hasn't really played the whole series and came in. He had a big impact in the third when we had a big run. And T-Man in the first half was amazing. Then the rest, guys stepped up. Talk about Kawhi, PG, and Mook and Reggie, and make big shots, big threes, especially Reggie, and Mook the last couple of minutes. So we needed it. So that was a tough series. Great job, Dallas. Luka, don't need to talk about it. It's going to be amazing anyway. So we're just happy to be there right now. I got to focus on Utah.
Thanks. We'll go over to Andrew.
Hey, Nick, congrats on the win. When you look back on this series, I mean, all year you guys have talked about how going through the injuries and going through some tough situations had made this team tougher. Was there a point in the series you look back on and think that's when you started to see it for real come out in the postseason?
I mean, game 3, when we're down 30-11, I mean, I think we 1 or 2 plays away to almost get swept. And we find something in us like resiliency and some toughness. So, okay, we can't go down like that. We're still a good team. We're a good team, so we got to show it now. So, and we get back. And then we won game 3. And then after that, I say, okay, they can't beat us twice. They can't beat us twice after that. So, and we did it. We did a good job.
Nick, also in the offseason, right when you got released by Charlotte, you said that Rudy was one of the first people you talked with on the phone.
The first one.
What's it going to be like now? And he tried to have you come to Utah. What's it like to now face him in the postseason with you guys' seasons on the lines?
No, it's always fun to match up against a guy from your own country, same country. So especially in the playoffs. I did it a couple of times. I faced Tony and Boris already, but I never faced Rudy. So it's going to be a good matchup. You know, you had a great season. Obviously, maybe he's going to be the defensive player of the year. I hope he will deserve it. But now I got to beat him. We have to beat him now. Now Utah had a great season, great players, great coaching staff. But we want the same thing. We had the same goal. So we're going to do everything just to get some rest for the next 36 hours and get back to war and on the road. And it won't be easy, especially in this arena. But we have to do the job.
Thanks, Nick. Well, that's all the time we got with you, Nick.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll have Terrence Mann up next, everyone. If you have a question for Terrence Mann, raise your hand. Terrence, how you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Great. We'll go ahead and get started. We'll start with Miriam.
Hey, Terrence, congratulations, man. Coming into the season, after your rookie season and kind of, doing the point guard thing and coming in this year, could you have imagined that you'd be a catalyst in a game 7 in a playoff series? And how did it feel?
I could imagine it. I believed in myself. So, yeah, I definitely could imagine it. It feels good just to be out there playing my game in a big, game like that in a tough environment.
How, as far as you guys, the resiliency you showed as a team this week or this past couple weeks, how much can that help you guys going forward? Sort of like the what doesn't kill you makes you stronger sort of thing.
Yeah, it can help us tremendously. We just, as a team, we're getting better still, game by game. And I think, this series definitely opened our eyes to certain things that we need to get better at. I think it'll definitely help us. We definitely got better as a team this series.
Thanks. Go to Melissa.
Hey, Terrence, heading into such a huge game, I'm curious, is there anything that either Kawhi or T-Lou or PG said to you guys that inspired such a complete team performance today?
Nothing too specific. Everybody was just ready. Everybody knew what time it was, game 7. You got to play your hardest. It's win or go home. There's no games after this. There's no, that's just one game in the series. It's the last game in the series. Everybody just knows you got to come out there and play your heart out. So we were kind of all on the same page about that.
Thanks. Go over to Dennis.
Terrence, can you talk about the defense you guys were able to utilize in the second half against Luka?
Yeah, we stuck Kawhi on him, and we try to keep the matchup as much as possible. We try to get the ball out of his hands as much as possible, and I think we did a great job of it. The other role players also did a great job. Dorian Finney-Smith had a great game, playing his role, out the pick and roll, rolling, catch and shoot threes, making the right decisions and stuff. So he made it tough for us, but our goal was just to get the ball out of Luka's hands.
Thanks. We got time for one more. We'll go to Sabrina.
Hey, Terrence, there was that sequence in the third quarter where you guys fell down by 5, and, there's a similar situation in game 5 when you guys sort of let the game get away in the third. I'm just curious what allowed you to keep your composure this time around and just turn the game in your direction.
I think just staying locked in on the game plan. With down 5, it's nothing too crazy. You can still, make a lot of runs, especially in the third quarter. There's still a lot of time left. So, we didn't panic. We just stayed locked in and did what we had to do.
Thanks, Terrence. Have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thank y'all.
And Coach will be up next. If you have a question for Coach, please raise your hand. Hey, Coach, how you doing, sir?
Great.
Me too. So we'll go ahead and get started with Ramona.
Hey, Ty. Hey, I'm just wondering, just mentally, it seemed like you guys never really got, when they got up, especially late in the game, did you need to say anything to them, or were they just mentally locked in all day?
They were mentally locked in all day, and it was a total team effort. Having 30 assists, in the game 7, 126 points. Marcus making 7 threes, Terrence Mann in the first half. Luke Kennard coming in making 3 threes. Nico, the way he started the game, and then PG and Kawhi having 19 assists between the two of those guys. It was a total team effort, man. And Reggie coming up big at the end and making some big threes for us. Like I said, it was a total team win. We won at this moment. It was a great test for us, on making us battle tested going into the second round. So, like I said, it was a great win for us.
Thanks, Ramona. We'll go over to Mark Spears.
Congrats, T.
Thanks, Mark.
Wanted to ask you about Marcus, the game he had, what it meant to you guys to get sparked by him from 3-point range.
It meant a lot. We was getting shots all series that we didn't make, and we kept saying time and time again that we're getting great looks versus their zone, versus their man. PG and Kawhi, where they kept attacking, and we got open shots that we just didn't make, Mark. And we just told guys, just trust your work. Trust all the work you put in all season, throughout your career to get here to this point. And like I said, Marcus is the second leading 3-point shooter in the league this year. So we knew he was going to make shots. We just didn't know when. But what a great time to make 23s in Game 7.
Thanks, Mark. We'll go over to Andrew Greif.
Hey, Ty, congrats. On one hand, you have a short turnaround, and this is a pretty taxing series. But do you feel like, having gone through this experience, the ups and downs, coming back from 2 deficits, this could be a good, almost like a springboard for you guys going into a tough series?
Yeah, I think so. Just battle tested, going to 7 games in the first round. Coming out here winning a game on our home floor, which we didn't play well the first 3 games. But it just shows a lot about our team, about the resilience, about what we've done all season long. Luke Kennard and Terrence Mann, like I said, played in big games this year because of our injuries and guys being out. And those guys to come in, step in, and play the way they did was huge for us.
Thanks, Andrew. We'll go over to Ohm.
Hey, Ty, you said the guys wanted this moment. How did today feel different than the last time you guys were in a Game 7 last year? I mean, how much were they just motivated to kind of get rid of that bad taste out of their mouths from last year?
You have to ask those guys that. But I know it was just a tough series for us. You know, Luka put a lot of pressure on us, you know, throughout the course of this series, which we needed. We was able to do some different things defensively that we needed to see and needed to do as well. So we got to get better with that. But, you know, last year was last year. You know, we talked about it, you know, when the season started, that's over. And we got to look going forward. You know, we can't keep looking behind at what happened in the bubble. That shit's over. So we got to do what we got to do, keep moving on and getting ready for the second round.
Ty, was there a moment today that you just kind of knew that these guys had it in them today?
I mean, I guess when we had a walkthrough, guys was locked in and focused, but we've been all series. You know, we had to make a couple of adjustments after the first two games, and we was able to go 4-1 after we made those adjustments. So, you know, those guys have been focused all series long. So, you know, you get down 0-2 on your home floor, and then to go into a hostile environment in Dallas where their fans was out of control, you know, and to come back and win 4-1, I mean, it just says a lot about our team. So they've been focused throughout the whole series. We had to make some adjustments and go from there.
Thanks.
Thanks. Go over to Law.
Sorry, speaking of focus, that third quarter did not exactly start really great for your team. You had to call a timeout 75 seconds in, giving that 3 up to Hardaway after a bucket. What did you tell your team in that moment, and how were they able to turn it around from there?
No, we just got to take advantage of this opportunity. You know, I said, you know, don't come out and take bad shots. We can't turn the basketball over. And we got to get back in transition, but keep attacking. Don't get enticed by taking the 3-point shots because they're in the zone. We got to get back to attacking the rim, attacking the paint, and then spraying out for open threes if we're open. So just a little, you know, lull coming out, you know, starting that third quarter. But like I said, they got back on track when we called that timeout and kept attacking and kept getting to where we wanted to get to offensively.
Thanks. Go over to Tomer.
Hey, Ty, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Before game 3 or after game 2, you said you thought Dallas' shooting would come back down to earth. It did. Before today, you said that you think you're finally going to have a good shooting game. You did. I just want to get your thoughts on Utah. What's going to happen there? What are your thoughts on that series as well?
I mean, can we enjoy this one first? But I mean, we know they're a tough team. You know, they made the most threes in the league this year, you know, per game. And Donovan Mitchell, who's a snake of that team. But they just got a great coach in Quinn who does a good job. A lot of movement. Gobert, who's an anchor in the middle. So I'm gonna go look at it today. You know, try to get as much done as I can today and tomorrow, and just kind of go from there. But right now, I haven't had a chance to really lock in on it.
Well, let me ask about Luke Kennard then. He kind of came in, gave you guys a big boost after not playing the first 5 games. What really did you see anything in Game 6 that led you to believe he'd be really successful in those minutes?
Yeah, we knew he was going to make shots, you know, but the biggest thing was concerning was just the defensive part of it was Luka on the floor and how they play. But in Game 6, I saw he had great shows on Luka. He was able to guard Brunson, got a big steal, got on the floor, and got a steal for us to get out in transition. So I knew defensively he wasn't going to be a problem after I saw that in Game 6. And the way we were shooting the basketball, I thought we just needed to insert, you know, another shooter in the lineup, especially with Kawhi and PG drawing so much attention. So Game 7, you know, it was the same thing. And he came out and made 3 threes for us off the bench.
Miriam.
Hey, Ty, congrats, man.
Thank you.
Hey, so obviously these aren't looking back, but looking forward, and obviously you have a great challenge in Utah, but you have an ultimate goal beyond that. But what would it mean to you guys to kind of get past that second round to get to a conference finals, considering that this franchise's history?
No, it means a lot to win and keep advancing, you know, and you play this game, you prep all season long to get to this point, to get to the playoffs and produce. So, like I said, first round was a tough series for us. You know, we battle tested now going to Game 7. We know we're going to Utah where they have a great fan base and it's tough to play there. But, you know, I think our guys are locked in. You know, I think Dallas really did a great job of preparing us for the next series.
And we'll take one last one from Vincent.
Hey, Ty, when you guys were down 30-11 in Game 3 and you guys took that time out, was there any panic in that atmosphere? You talked about how wild the crowd was. You're down 0-2, they jump on you. Do you think the last maybe week or so has revealed some character about this team? Did you learn some things that maybe you didn't know before all of this?
Yeah, a lot of character. And I knew because we showed it all season long when guys were out. But like our coaching staff, you know, we did a great job of just staying poised. You know, Chauncey Billups has done a great job, you know, working with PG and, you know, just because PG's been playing mostly point guard for our team all year. So, you know, just showing him different ways to to make different passes, different reads, and just our coaching staff, Kenny Atkinson with the player development with Luke Kennard and Terrence Mann, those guys getting work in every day. Roy Rogers, Dan Craig, and Brendan O'Connor defensively, just being able to make adjustments, make sure our guys are prepared. And then, Larry Drew, what he does for me offensively has been great. And, of course, Jeremy Castleberry, what he does with Kawhi, and just our approach, I think, every single day of having a workers mentality. I think having a calmness to us, not getting rattled, being poised when things go wrong and things are tough for us. And our coaching staff has done a great job of doing that. So I think when we came to the timeout down 19, we never got rattled. Guys were just saying we got to clean up our mistakes, keep attacking, and keep chipping away. And we were able to do that.
Thanks, Coach. Have a great rest of your night, sir.
Thank you, man.
Oh, we'll go ahead and get started with Mark Spears.
Congratulations on the win, man. I wanted to see what you thought about show some brotherly love for your brother to show up a couple of days after the season ended, and also talk about him being here, and also the advice he gave you during the game.
I mean, that's just normal for us. Win, lose, or draw, either team, family's first. He's gonna always come out and support me as I do for him. He's watching it from, a basketball mind and, showing me stuff, telling me to slow down and, just little things that he see during the game. And, obviously it helps. And, he's always, coaching me. We've been doing that since kids. So, I wouldn't expect anything less.
You guys got your own language or
yeah, for sure.
signs or anything?
For sure. He can talk to me with his mask on and I know what he's talking about. So it's just,
Thanks,
we've had that forever.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll go over to Tomer.
Hey, Marcus, congrats on the win. I think you had 10 combined threes in games 1 through 6. You had 7 tonight, which ties NBA history for most in a game 7 with Steph Curry. Just what was going through your mind coming into the game? And when you hit that first 3, did you feel like it was just going to get the ball rolling for you?
Honestly, I never really went back and was like, man, I'm missing, or got down on myself. I knew it would be a turning point, and I knew if I made something early or if I got something going for my team, it'll break the game open. But man, I tweeted this a while back, and I said this to one of my coaches beginning of the season. I was going to be a top 5 3-point shooter in this league, and everything that I've said or the work I've put in has come full circle for me. I'm continuing to work. And all I can say is, better late than never.
Talk about Kawhi's game. I mean, outside of that game 5 where he sort of slumped, he's been fantastic for you guys throughout the entire series.
Yeah, just been special, man. Him and P, they just been special. They've been carrying the team. They've been talking to us. They've been extra vocal. You can see, the level of, intensity and level of focus these guys have, and we just trying to ride it with them. They both been playing really well. They both special. And they took us to the second round.
Let's go to Farbod.
Hey, Marcus, congrats on the win. You guys actually made the most threes in Game 7 history today with 20. I just want to know, how proud are you of guys like Luke and Terrence, for people who, weren't really in the rotation regularly and suddenly they came up huge today?
Extremely proud. They've been doing it all season. It's a test of the work they put in, and just, continue to stay ready, continue to stay confident. And, it's great to see them guys grow, man. I'm very proud of them, very happy for them. And, just show you, when your number's called, just be ready. And that's what they did.
Let's go to Miriam.
Hey, Hardy, congrats, Marcus. Wanted to You mentioned sort of all the work you put in coming into the season. What did that look like, and how was that sort of more than you had before? And also, in terms of work ethic, Reggie mentioned this the other day, but Kawhi, of course, has a pretty extreme work ethic. Does that help kind of motivate the guys around him?
I definitely, going into last year, just trying to figure out where I would help the team the most, and by me being a great floor spacer for two guys that can get in the paint and score all different type of ways, they're going to draw double teams, and it's been happening all year, and I've just been stepping in and making my shots and watching film day in and day out just to figure out where I need to be out on the court to get them outlets, and it's just been going down. But PG and Kawhi, man, they work extremely hard. They get max deals. You just don't get the max deals if you don't work as hard as they do. And man, test of that, they work ethic and stepping up in the moment. And we're gonna continue to grind. We're just getting started. We'll go to Utah and we'll have another hard fought series, and hopefully we come out on top.
Thanks, Ramona. You can go ahead.
Hey, Marcus, congratulations. I'm just wondering, Ty was talking a little bit about you had a walkthrough before the game, and he said, I could tell everybody looked like they were locked in. And I've covered Kawhi enough in my career to know, like, what Kawhi kind of always looks like that. Like, does he ever change the way he looks to you? Does he get too high or too low versus game to game, or is he always the same?
On the basketball court, no. Off the court, it's cool, it's funny.
Yeah.
We enjoy being around each other. Do things as a team. That's just him, man. And it locks us all in. When your best player is just, extremely locked into the game and helping everybody and being extra vocal. And we got our other guy, PG, doing the same. And, we just following their lead, and they're going to lead us to where we can go to.
Thank you, sir. That's all the time we got with you today. Have a great rest of your day. Hey, Kawhi, how you doing, sir?
Good.
Great. We'll go ahead and get started with Law.
Kawhi, you mentioned after Game 6, one of the factors of playing a good game was not turning the ball over. You had the ball in your hands, 9 assists, no turnovers. How were you able to take what you said about the last couple of games and apply it to your own game tonight?
Just staying focused, knowing where my teammates are, just staying poised, and just keeping faith, you know what I mean? Just trying to win a basketball game. But at the same time, you got to be aggressive all night and, don't try to make the game be perfect.
Thanks. Go to Tim.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. Kawhi, what do you think of what Luka Doncic did in this series and the challenges that he presented you guys?
Oh man, he did everything. I believe I don't know how many 40-point games he had. I believe three or four. Shooting it very efficiently from three for sure, off the dribble shots. Just doing it all for his team. He's a great player. You're gonna see him for many years to come. He's playing at his own pace and making it look easy out there.
Thanks. Going to Mark Medina.
Hi, Kawhi. Congrats on the win. I know obviously Utah is a really tough opponent, but what sort of big picture carryover do you think the team can have with just what you guys went through in the first round?
Just seeing how hard we play, pretty much. Just trusting each other. The same thing you need to have to be the last team standing. But it's going to be a different challenge next series. It's a different team. So we just got to see what they do well, and how we can higher our chances of winning.
Thanks. Go over to Andrew Greif.
Hey, Kawhi, you mentioned the trust, and Ty Lue before the game said that Game 7s are all about trust. How did you see throughout this series trust build within this roster?
I think just as we watch film and we've seen that we're leaving each other on islands, mainly on the defensive end. Nobody's really selfish on the offensive end on this team. That's up to me and PG and playmakers on the offensive end not to be selfish, because at times you feel like you got to do it all. But, these games aren't won with just one or two great players. You need a whole 17 or 16 players that you have, guys on the bench clapping, letting you know what's going on, and, the rotation players. So, I think we had trust at the beginning, but we just had to dial in on what we were doing.
Thanks. Go to Ohm.
Hey, Kawhi. For you guys to come back from 2-0, stave off elimination these last two games, what do you feel? Do you feel something different in this team that wasn't there last year to help you guys come through in this game 7?
No, I think I said this. I'm not thinking about last year. I'm thinking about what are we doing today, and what the next step is tomorrow. So, I'm glad that we showed character, we showed poise when we went down 2-0, going on the road in that game 3. That meant a lot to me this season. Obviously, it got us to this next round, but like I said, it's all about this year. And now we got to see what we could do this year to, higher our chances of winning in this next round.
And you've often talked about building championship habits and going through not only the highs, but the lows. When you go through all the things that you guys have gone through this series, how does that help a team try to get to that championship from your experience?
You just know to keep faith. What you have gone through at times when, we are at our worst, and, you could, I guess propel from that, dig yourself out of a hole that you put yourself in. It just gives you that confidence, I believe. But that being said, this is one series, and we have to focus on the next one.
Thanks, Ohm. We got time for 2 more. We'll go to Tomer.
Hey, Kawhi, congrats on the win. I wanted to ask you about Terrence. After game 5, he had that kind of layup that he probably should have taken, but he passed up. And I see he's kind of down on himself. Just what was the last couple of days like for, in terms of his confidence building, coming in and really, helping you guys out there on the court ever since that game 5 sort of blunder he had?
When did you see that he was down on himself?
Well, after he passed up the shot, he kind of grabbed his head like this, and PG tapped him on the head saying it was all right.
I don't think he was really down. Obviously it was a learning experience for him. But that being said, we just stayed positive with him. He was still positive. He wasn't walking around sad, talking about the same shot over and over. We all have those mistakes, throughout our whole career. If it's a game 7 game, or if it's your first game of your NBA career. So it's about moving forward. It probably won't be the last time. He's going to think he should have did something. It's the game of basketball. We all think that. Woulda, coulda, shoulda type of moments, and it's just about moving forward and making sure you are smarter in those situations.
Thanks, Tomer. And the last question we'll take from Ramona.
Hey, Kawhi, you had a really interesting answer, I thought, the other night when Rachel asked you about your experiences in previous game 7s or experiences of big playoff moments, and you said you really don't think about the past. How do you have confidence like that out there, the way you've obviously done this before, but you had it again tonight? Is it just staying in that moment, but and really not going back to the past?
It's like that for me. I don't know how other players think or people think, but just for me, it's about the situation that's in front of you. Just because you play great in whatever 9 game 7s doesn't mean you're gonna play great in game 10, and vice versa. So it's all about the moment. Sometimes when you're overconfident, you play bad. Sometimes when you're down on yourself, you play good. But like I said, for me, it's about focusing in that moment, having fun, and playing hard. That's it. It's a game of basketball.
Thanks, Kawhi. Have a great night.
Interesting. So interesting. So,